Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to do the basic granny square. Today I am using a 6mm hook with the Clequeton Country yarn. It's a 10-ply Aran, okay, which makes it very soft, okay. The only thing you will need to know today how to do is a slip knot, a chain and a double crochet. If you're not sure how to do those, I do have tutorials on those. Go away, have a bit of a practice and then come back, and then this tutorial will be so much easier for you. Okay, so let's get started. We've already got a chain on our hook with a slip knot. Okay, so we are going to make 5 more chains. So yarn over hook, pull through the loop, yarn over hook, pull through the loop twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I'm actually going to do it a 6th time, only because I want you to see the chain space when we join it up. You can leave it at 5. It's only for the purpose of the video. Okay, so we are going to slip stitch in that very first chain we made. Okay, so find the chain space, push it through. Okay, yarn over hook, pull up a loop and then pull it through that very first loop on the hook. Easy, yeah? Give it a bit of a tug and then you're going to chain up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got 5 chains. Now we're going to do a double crochet in that center, in that chain space. So pop your hook in there, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, you should know how to do double crochet with the tutorial that I have in the past. So if you're not sure, go back, do it, come back. It's so easy. So I'm going to do 2 of these, 2 more of these. So what we have is a cluster of 3 there, okay, 2 chain space and then 3 chains. That's going to be classified as our first double crochet, or our last in that case. Okay, that'll come more easier for you when you come around the corner and see. Now for the corner we're doing 2 chains, 1, 2. Now we're going to do another cluster of 3 double crochets in there. Now I'm crocheting over the thread, the little end. You don't have to, you can leave it at the back and then weave it in later. I literally crochet over it and then weave it in at the same time, like later. So I've got to double the amount of weaving in, double the amount of work actually. So 1, 2, let's just do the 3. Okay, so you've got your 3 clusters, your 3 double crochets, which is your cluster set. You're chaining 2. And that's corner number 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so now we're going to put double crochet in there, another double crochet, and another double crochet, and that's your cluster set. So you've got 1, 2, 3 corners. Now we're going to make the 4th one. So chain 2, 2, pop that thread at the back now because it's only going to get in your way with this part. So you make another double crochet there, 1 more there. Now remember that chain 5 you did before? Let's get a close up of that so you can see it. Chain 5, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we're going to do is pop a slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the hook. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's right up there. See that one right there? Pop your hook in, grab a loop, pull it through. Oops, I've put it through the 4th one. My apologies. There's your 3rd one. So yarn over hook, pull it through the loop, and then pull it through that loop there. Okay, I'm going to pull that up and show you what it looks like. and you can see your corners a little bit wobbly at the moment because that's the start. Okay, when we do our next round, it'll close up and tighten up. All right, let's get on with the next round. Okay, with the next round, we are going to put the cluster, two double crochet line, the cluster, 2 chain and the cluster in the same corner. Okay, so what you need to do is slip stitch to that corner. So you've already got on that last double crochet. We're just going to slip stitch 1 in the corner like that and pull it through that loop. Now that's your slip stitch. Okay, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, not 5 this time, just 3, because we're going to put the whole group in this corner. So there's your second, that's classified as your first double crochet, there's your second, and there's your third. Now with this we do chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to put another 3 in the same corner. So another 3 double crochets in this corner here. Okay. Now we skip those 3 double crochets and we put a 3, 2, 3 in that corner. 3, 2, 3 in that corner there. Just remember 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3 in the second round. Okay. So there we go. So I want you to do that and then meet me when we get right back to that last corner. All right, so we're up to our last corner. Okay, so we're going to do that now together. 1, 2, my yarn, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so far your square should look like this. It's not closed up yet. We're about to close it up now. Okay, I'm just going to give this yarn under here a little bit of a tug, and that will close up our little circle if you want it a bit tighter, a little first circle we did. Okay, so we slip stitch onto the third chain from that first 3 chains that we did. So right on the top of that third chain, pull the loop through and pull it through there. You've now officially closed up your granny square. All right, we're going to do one more row in red, and then just for fun we're going to change to white. Okay, now this row here is a little bit different than the row we just did because we need to get to that circle. So instead of slip stitching just 1, we've got to slip stitch 1, 2, and then in that circle 3. Okay, so you've got your first one there. See that loop right there? It's there on top of that stitch. See if you can get that in there. Here's your first slip stitch. Tighten a little bit because that will come up. It'll show later if you don't tighten it. Okay, slip stitch it in there. It's on top of each double crochet. There. And one more. Slip stitch through the corner, which is a lot easier. There. So now we're going to do what we did before in the previous round. We're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do the 2 double crochets in this corner. Chain 2, oh, it's getting a bit fiddly now. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then 3 double crochets. Because your 3 chains in the beginning, they worked as a double crochet. So you actually have 3 double crochets in the beginning there. Okay, so now you've got that corner done like we did on the previous round. So what I want you to do now, the round is a little bit different because we've got a gap in between corners now, chain space in between corners. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a cluster of 3 in that chain space. All right, so double crochet 1, double crochet 2, double crochet 3, and that is your cluster of 3, and it's done in that chain space. All right, so now you go to the corner like you did before in the previous round and do exactly what you've been doing on the corners. 3, 2, 3. Okay, so what I want you to do is continue that, what you did here, do the next row and the next side and the next side till you get to about, say, that there. Or we'll get to the corner and then we'll stop. I'll meet you there in a moment. Okay, so here we are. We've finished that corner. And now we want to get into that space before the corner. So we're going to do another cluster of 3 in that space. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've done that cluster there. Now, we want to join up our granny square because it's not exactly that square yet, is it? So we're going to slip stitch into that 3rd chain that we did before. Remember that 3rd chain? So we get into there and we slip stitch through. Okay, you basically have the first 3 rounds of your granny square there. Now, you could stop there if you like, and then you can make, I don't know, 10 or 15 of them and then join them together, whichever way you like, add on a border, whatever. Today, I'm going to show you how to change threads. So you're going to change colour. We're going to use a white, okay, to do that final round, okay? So we're going to pull a loop through. We're going to cut that thread, okay, and just pull that through, okay. Later, if you want, you can weave that into the back of your granny square along with that one there. You can weave them in, but for now I'm going to show you how to add a new colour, and I want to use, it's exactly the same. I'll be using the Cloqueton yarn again. I'll be using the one in white this time. Same brand, same style. The best thing for you to do, and make sure you do this, see how it says 10 ply. Try not to use a 10 ply and then use an 8 ply and then use a 10 ply again, because it will come out of shape. It will not look right. Okay, stick to the same ply. You can use different colour yarns, but stick to the same ply. All right, so let's get started. When changing colours in a granny square, you don't have to change the colour from that corner if you don't want to. You can add it anywhere you like. And to be honest with you, I do right from the opposite corner on purpose so that I can have less ends to weave in on one side. It doesn't really make any difference. It's just my purpose, my way of doing things. Okay, do it your own way. But in the meantime, we want to pull up a loop. So we pop our hook in one of the corners, grab the white with our hook and pull it through. Now we want to close that stitch so it doesn't come undone. So we'll just bring the yarn over for a second, the tail end, and just do a chain stitch. We're going to crochet over that end. Okay, so pull a bit of pull. Okay, so now that's 1. I'm going to chain up 3, 1. I might just chain up 2. Sorry, 2. All right, because that can classify as 1 there. All right, now we're going to put your next double crochet in there. So that's your second double crochet. Remember, we're counting the first 3 chains as a double crochet, and that's your third double crochet. So that's your cluster set. Give it a tug over there. Pull that white tail end at the back. Chain 2. 1, 2. It's a little fiddly because I'm using a new yarn. And then we're going to do our normal double crochets in this corner. So you're starting to see a pattern that's basic. You might have even seen the pattern 2 rows back, but you know, this is the complete pattern now. So what I want you to do, you've done your first corner in your white. I want you to go all the way around exactly the way we were going. When you get to this thing, you can just crochet over it. It won't even be noticed. Okay, so go all the way around as we were going. When you get to this spot here, stop and I'll meet you there. All right? Okay, welcome back. Now, we're going to do that last cluster together. So 3 double crochets in here. 1, 2, 3. Now, it's basically, this part here is basically what you've been doing for the last 4 rounds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th round. So I should really say the last 3 rounds. We're going to slip stitch onto the 3rd chain from when we first started. So slip stitch in there. You know how to do a slip stitch, pull it through. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch again, just our top layer, give it a cut. Guess what? You just completed your granny square. Too easy. Now, if you want to wait on a few more moments and I'll show you how to weave in those ends. It's part of the process, I suppose. It's a little bit draining. Some people crochet them in, some people weave them in. Personally, I actually weave them in before I change colours. So I'll weave it in and then I'll change the colour. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to weave in ends. All right. I have a needle here. It's a yarning one. I mean a weaving one, sorry. The weaving ones are the ones with the little tip on the end. The normal ones are the other ones, the sewing needles, they just go right through. Now the weaving ones just go in and out, in and out, and out. I don't usually use this one. I thought I'd try it again for the purpose of the tutorial. Sometimes it's usually best to use what you know, but it's okay. It's no big deal. So you thread your needle. The thing with these ones is the actual eye itself is relatively big, so your thread will go through it easier with the yarn. And this is a thick yarn, so that's the reason why I chose this. So you have already crocheted over part of your tail here, but we want to hide it completely. So we're going to just thread it in between all those stitches there. And actually the back, always the back. Now you'll notice which is the back because the front sort of curves this way and the back, I used to call it, sounds silly, I used to call it the clean side and the dirty side, or the clean side and the messy side. But you can tell the stitch for the front is quite neat. When you look at the stitch at the back, it's a little bit jagged and bubbly. Okay, so we're going to weave it in at the back. So just sort of weave it in through those loops in there. Make sure you can't see the needle here, because we can see it here, you're going to see all the red on top of your white thread, and you don't want that. Okay, so pop that through once. I like to do it twice or sometimes even 3 times. So, but when you're doing it on this side, pop it through a different angle. Check that it's not coming through in the white, which it isn't. All right, so we're going to pull that right through. Ta-da! You've weaved in your end. Before we go on, we're going to cut it. Be careful not to cut it too close to your white. You'll find that there'll be a little tiny bit sitting right there. If you give this a bit of a tug, it disappears. Now that will survive you through wash after wash. Okay. With my granny squares, after I'm done, I like to wash them in fabric softener and cool water, just with my hands gently like that. Then I pin it down on a board to make it nice and straight. So when you see my granny squares, they'll be flat. And let me show you one that I've done with blankets that's done exactly the same as the white. Okay, so there's your main colour. And then you've got your white, which we did, well, this is purple, but we did white. And then, just for fun, I added a border with a picketed edge. You could do that with all your granny squares. Now that you're a champion at making granny squares, you can now go away and make yourself an amazing blanket. Now, don't forget to click like on this video if you like the tutorial. Also, down in the links below, you will have my Etsy store and my madeit.com.au stores. If you find that you love crochet but found all this too tedious and too hard, but you would like some, go there, purchase. I have everything there, okay? Especially the granny square blankets. My name is Mary. You've been watching Well Crochet. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the little bell button down below. You'll get all my tutorials from now on. Thanks for watching. Bye.